Hey everybody, HomeSliceHenry here, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some awesome triple shadow battles in the Open Ultra League featuring Shadow Shiny Machamp and Shadow Golurk. These battles were submitted to the channel by a member of the community, so many thanks for the battle submission. Now this team definitely feels more like a team for fun than for climbing, but this trainer said why not both? They ran a super spicy team, and despite the spice factor, they climbed over 500 points from 2505 ELO all the way to Legend. So without further ado, let's hop into the matches and check out the team in action. Hopping into the first match, picking up an absolutely nightmare lead, Shadow Shiny Machamp into Cresselia. We're going to see a save switch into the Alolan Sandslash, Cresselia staying in this matchup. So this opponent may not have a good response to his Sandslash with energy. They go for the Future Sight onto the Sandslash. Sandslash continuing to farm up energy and is going to begin to return fire with Ice Punch. Now Ice Punch is going to get some solid chip damage. Opponent now sends in Drapion, and we now see why they did not want to switch, as Drapion will not appreciate the super effective Bulldoze. Sandslash farms up to the Ice Punch, unfortunately losing CMP to the Drapion. Drapion goes for the crunch, but Shadow Alolan Sandslash with the great IVs, able to hang on, make it to the Ice Punch, and grab a shield. We see an aggressive pivot into the Shadow Golurk. Shadow Golurk gets the farm down. In the back, oh no, the opponent, they are weak to Shadow Golurk. In comes an Ampharos. Ampharos goes for the Brutal Swing. That will be shielded, and Shadow Golurk is going to fire off the Shadow Punch before Ampharos makes the second charge move. Shadow Punch will be shielded. Golurk looking for the farm down here. Will have to commit the shield on the Brutal Swing. All the opponent has left is the Cresselia, and Cresselia is not going to have a good time going up against Golurk. Shadow Punch connects. Golurk farming up, and the sack swap, the 1 HP catch onto the Shadow Alolan Sandslash. You've got to be kidding me. And that is a good game. We see another terrible lead in the next match, Shadow Machamp going up against Jellison. Machamp gonna stay in this matchup to start, but without payback, this matchup is quite awkward. Jellison has farmed up to the Shadow Ball here. Machamp lets it through, and the Shadow Ball nearly KOs. Machamp choosing to play out the Zero Shield here, going to be firing off the Rock Slide and grabbing a shield from the Jellison. Jellison will get the farm down. They leave with energy, but now they're going to have to deal with the Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Sandslash will be met with a Surf from the Jellison. We see the No Shield. Sandslash continuing to farm. Jellison ever spammy, able to make it to another charge move. And we see Sandslash not shielding the Surf. Sandslash farming up and throwing the Bulldoze on very nice timing just before the opponent is able to make their next move. Bulldoze gets them low. In comes Cobalion. Opponent tries to go for the snipe, but now Cobalion is in a world of hurt going up against Shadow Golurk. Cobalion goes for the Stone Edge. Golurk able to tank that. Golurk looking for the farm down. Cobalion with 1 HP, able to hang on and make it to the last second Stone Edge. That is unfortunate for Golurk, but Golurk now leaves with energy, and in the back, oh my goodness, it's a Dark Poison Dynamic Punch, able to hit for some nice damage against the Drapion. Golurk couldn't quite make another Dynamic Punch, just going for the Shadow Punch, but gets a shield, and we see the switch back into the Sandslash, firing off the Ice Punch into the Drapion. Drapion not quite KO'd. Jellison gets farmed down. So does the Drapion. And that's game over. We see a neutral lead in the next match, Shadow Machamp into Shadow Skuntank. Now Shadow Machamp is able to outpace in this matchup by quite a bit. Machamp is going to be firing off the cross chop here, striking first, and grabbing a shield from the Skuntank. This is only a crunch. Machamp, not the tankiest, but will be able to absorb this damage. And now we see a save switch into the Shadow Golurk. Opponent sends out Tapu Fini, and that's not what Golurk was hoping to see. Golurk is going to be firing off the Shadow Punch here. Shadow Punch is going to connect, not dealing a lot of damage onto the Tapu. Golurk farming up, trying to make it to another Shadow Punch, but impeccable counting by the opponent. They go for the Surf just before Shadow Punch number 2 is reached. So Golurk has to give up a shield, but now can fire off the Shadow Punch. That connects, and Golurk gets the farm down. In back, opponent has Trevenant, and they're going to regret not sending the Trevenant into the Golurk, as now Trevenant is going to have to deal with Shadow Alolan Sandslash. Sandslash goes for the Ice Punch, gets the shield, the 1-turn wait, and the catch. You've got to be kidding me. What a beautiful play. Back in comes the Sandslash. Sandslash farming up, looking for the catch. Opponent is just going to fire off the Shadow Ball here. Shadow Ball is going to be shielded. Going for the Ice Punch. Opponent will get the catch onto the Skuntank, but it's too little too late. The Trevenant cannot outpace, and they resign the match. We see another neutral lead in the next match, Shadow Machamp going up against Parisian. Now, Parisian is one of the few fighting types that can actually outpace the Machamp. Machamp farming up to the cross chop, but one turn beforehand, Parisian gets the strike first. Parisian will go for the Leaf Blade. That hits Shadow Machamp very hard. Shadow Machamp farming up and firing off the cross chop just before the opponent makes it to their second charge move. Cross chop connects, opponent safe switches into Drapion. We see the cross chop banked for later, and in comes Shadow Golurk. These mud slaps hitting for super effective, but the crunch nearly one-shots. Golurk not gonna make it to Dynamic Punch, forced to settle for the Shadow Punch. Shadow Punch not gonna KO, and this is an Aqua Tail from the Drapion. Tough decision for Golurk. Golurk commits the shield, looking for the mud slap down, and gets it. Does not leave with a move. Does the opponent send back in the Parisian? They do, but they threw a double kick. Parisian left with the Leaf Blade loaded, but they threw a double kick and played to a CMP tie that they lose. So an unfortunate mistake from the opponent. The bad news is the Machamp only has a couple HP remaining. It does have a charge move, but Machamp is not going to be able to farm down here. In comes Machamp, going for the cross chop right away. This will either KO or force the final shield. Opponent lets it go in the back. It's a poison jab, Alolan Muck. Opponent sees the Sand Slash, and they concede the match. We see a tough lead in the next match, Shadow Machamp going up against Shadow Dragonite. Now, Dragonite is able to outpace Machamp in this matchup. Dragonite overfarms and lets Machamp make it to the Rock Slide. Machamp baits with the cross chop, gets a shield from the Dragonite, and it's a CMP tie. Machamp just gonna let this go, content with taking shield advantage, and now in comes Sand Slash. Opponent is gonna pivot into Galarian Stunfisk, and Stunfisk will be answered with Golurk. Opponent throws on alignment and gives Golurk an entire mud slap for free. Earthquake will be shielded. Golurk farming up here. Opponent, they went for a Rock Slide. That is not enough for an Earthquake. Opponent, my guess is they thought they wouldn't be able to make the Quake, so they go for the Rock Slide, but Golurk can no shield and leave with a ton of energy. Back in comes the Dragonite, but Dragonite is now at a massive energy disadvantage. Shadow Punch is going to be shielded, but Golurk already has another Shadow Punch loaded here. Shadow Punch is going to get them low. We see a switch into the Sand Slash. In the back, it is Cobalion. Sand Slash makes it to the Bulldoze, but is taking heavy damage from the double kicks. Bulldoze connects, it's a CMP tie, and that is honestly incredibly good, as now this sets up Golurk to mud slap down. Golurk not gonna quite get the farm down, as the opponent does make the Sacred Sword. It's double resisted, but we will see a shield from the Golurk. Golurk leaves with the Shadow Punch loaded. Shadow Punch takes out the Shadow Dragonite and secures the win. Moving into the next match, we see an uncomfortable lead, Shadow Machamp into Galvantula. Machamp, of course, does have one-shot potential with the Rock Slide, but the uncomfortable thing about this matchup is that Galv is able to outpace. Machamp calls the lunge bait, that is massive, and is now going to fire off the Rock Slide. Rock Slide gets a shield from the Galvantula. Machamp farming up, but not gonna make another charge move, as we will see Galvantula fire off the Cross Poison. So now the full moveset is known. Galv can only hit for resisted going up against the Sand Slash. Sand Slash is going to be firing off the Ice Punch into the Galvantula, and that will get the KO. In comes Scrafty, and this is going to be very difficult. Opponent is gonna bank energy in the back. They have Jellison. Things just going from bad to worse here. The good news is Golurk does have a sizable energy lead, but the uncomfortable thing is that the Jellison will be able to spam out Surfs here. Jellison is going to go for Surf number 1, continuing to farm with the Golurk, and Golurk is going to win CMP over the Jellison. Firing off the Shadow Punch. Shadow Punch is going to KO. In comes Scrafty. This is a tough call. Commits the shield. Is it the foul play? Yes, it is. That is big, but the opponent still has a shield remaining. Farming up to Dynamic Punch. Baiting with the Shadow Punch. Hoping to try and get a shield from the opponent. Gets the shield. Looking for the catch, but the 3-turn Mud Slap had not finished. Opponent is going to KO with the foul play. In comes the Sand Slash. This is going to be close. Sand Slash makes the Ice Punch. Is this going to be enough to KO? XL Scrafty is very bulky. It does not. Scrafty makes the charge move. Will this be lethal? Power Up Punch KOs the Sand Slash, and that's game over. Picking up a decent lead in the next match, Shadow Machamp into Alolan Muck. Shadow Machamp looking to overfarm on energy. Opponent does not even bait a Sludge Wave. They just go straight for the Acid Spray. So this is a very comfortable no shield for the Shadow Machamp, and Shadow Machamp can either win the zero shield or force an early shield advantage. Cross Chop is going to connect. Machamp makes it to Cross Chop number 2. Decision time for the opponent. Do they want to give up a shield? Yes, they do. Muck is going to get the farm down, but now you can just send in the Golurk, and one Mud Slap will delete it. Opponent is going to switch. They send in Scrafty, and unfortunately the Scrafty is invisible. A very unfortunate glitch to have happen. Foul play will be shielded. Golurk over farming and going for the kill shot here with the dynamic punch. Do they respect the damage? They do not, and down goes invisible Scrafty. Opponent has the 1 HP Muck. They're not going to send it in. Instead, they're going to bring in Obstagoon. Obstagoon is being baited here with a Shadow Punch. Let's see. Gets the shield on the CMP tie. That is massive. We're going to see Golurk committing the shield here. Obstagoon running Obstruct. Their defense is now buffed. Farming up. We see a simultaneous switch. Sandslash into Alolan Muck, and Sandslash is actually not attacking here, as Sandslash wants to take damage from the Muck. Sandslash would rather be hit with multiple charge moves and deny Obstagoon the opportunity to farm. So the opponent goes for the Dark Pulse. They get the farm down, but all this does is help the Golurk. The Golurk leaves with Dynamic Punch, and that's going to be game over. Opponent fell for the ruse. Obstagoon gets KO'd, and that is a good game. Hopping to the next match, we see Shadow Machamp being met with Scrafty. This is a very positive matchup for the Shadow Machamp, and the opponent is staying in, so they may have something in the back that doesn't necessarily want to see the Machamp either. Scrafty going for the Power Punch right away. Machamp is going to no-shield Machamp, farming up to the back-to-back Cross Chops, and now can force Switch Advantage or both shields. Cross Chop will be shielded, and going for Cross Chop number 2. Is the opponent really willing to double shield here? Opponent is not, but they've given up Switch Advantage and shields. In comes Skuntank. Skuntank gets some energy, but Skuntank will be answered with Sandslash. The scary thing here is a lot of Skuntank are running Flamethrower, farming up to the Bulldoze, baiting, letting this through. Is it the Flamethrower? It's the Crunch. What a call. Flamethrower would have been absolutely devastating, but thankfully, the opponent went for the Crunch. Opponent commits the shield, farming up, just looking for chip damage here with the Ice Punch. Ice Punch onto the Skuntank is going to get the Skuntank quite low, farming up with the Sandslash. Sandslash will be hit with the charge move, saving 2 shields for Shadow Golurk. In comes Shadow Golurk, gets the farm down in the back. Disaster strikes. It's a Gust Pidgeot, and I think even with 2 shields, Golurk just loses here. Golurk goes for Dynamic Punch. That's going to connect. But I think, unfortunately, Pidgeot can just gust down. Pidgeot goes for the Feather Dance. Golurk trying to make it to Dynamic Punch. The Gust KOs. And that's game over. Hopping into the final match, we see Shadow Machamp going up against Swampert. Definitely nice to catch the Swampert on the lead, considering it can hit for massive super effective damage against the final 2 Pokemon. Machamp going for the extra counter here, so not forcing CMP versus the Swampert. Hydro Cannon is going to connect, getting the Machamp quite low. Machamp will farm up just shy of the back-to-back Cross Chops, going for Cross Chop number 1. That's going to get a shield from the Swampert. Opponent makes a beautiful catch, catching the Cross Chop on a Charizard and saving some energy for later. Charizard now going to be met with the Sandslash. Sandslash is going to farm up till just shy of Charizard's Blast Burn and go for the Ice Punch. This is Shadow on Shadow. It cannot quite KO. Unfortunately, the opponent will make the Blast Burn, and unfortunately, we are going to see a shield from the Sandslash. Sandslash going for the Ice Punch, losing CMP to the Swampert. This is the Earthquake, and the opponent full sends. Down goes the Sandslash. In comes the Shadow Machamp. Machamp will be outpaced here. Swampert firing off the Hydro Cannon, but this sets up a farm for the Shadow Golurk in the back. Opponent has Registeel, and they are going to be fully walled by Golurk's typing. Focus Blast, Zap Cannon, both double resisted, but this is a Flash Cannon Registeel. Oh no, Disaster strikes. We are going to see the Dynamic Punch deployed by the Shadow Golurk. Golurk gets a shield, as now Registeel fires off another Flash Cannon. But this should mean that we are going to see a farm down here by the Shadow Golurk. Golurk leaving with Dynamic Punch loaded, and Golurk is going to take down the Swampert against all odds and secure the victory. All in all, being able to climb 500 points with a triple Shadow team that includes something as spicy as Shadow Golurk is a heck of an accomplishment, so big congratulations to this trainer. And it really goes to show that once you're able to really hone your skills and ability, you can run some really fun Pokemon and still manage to get some wins. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're enjoying the content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And a special thank you as always to our members here on YouTube. The support you guys provide is absolutely incredible. So thank you guys oh so very much. And until next time, I've been HomeSliceHenry.